Hari Om and welcome to all the divine Atmajyotis to today's Bhagavadgita satsang. Let us continue our contemplation of the questions based on sriprabhuji's Purna Yoga talks. Right now we are in chapter 3, Karma Yoga, and today we will begin with question number 7. The question is, what are the feelings or emotions associated with the past and future, and how to deal with it? So Bhagavad Gita is about how to handle your and my life with ease and satisfaction, complete satisfaction. Towards that, Sri Krishna in the first 2 chapters has taught many truths. So even before we begin chapter 3 and the question 7, for the help of Guruji, I would request Krishnaji and Padma Amma, when you get your turn to speak, to first summarize your own understanding of chapter 1 and chapter 2, and then begin the contemplation on this question. So shall we begin with Padma Amma?
Yes, sir. Hari Om. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ ಸರ್?
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಮ್ಮ.
18 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅರ್ಜುನ ವಿಷಾದ ಯೋಗ. ಅರ್ಜುನ ವಿಷಾದ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಯುದ್ಧ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಇದು ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ. ಪಾಂಡವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೌರವರ ನಡುವೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಅವರಿಗಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಅನ್ಯಾಯಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಹೋರಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅವನು ಹೋರಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ವಬಾಂಧವರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕೊಲ್ಲೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಖಿನ್ನತೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಹಿಂಸೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ತನ್ನ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತ್ಯಜಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ನಾನು ಈ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಪಾಪನೇ ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಕೊಲ್ಲೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಹಳ ದುಃಖದಿಂದ ಅವನು ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ, ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅವನು ತನ್ನ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳನ್ನ ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನಾಗೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೀಗೆ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಖಿನ್ನತೆ ಉಂಟಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹುರಿದುಂಬಿಸಿ ನಾನು ಅವನಿಗೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅವನ ನಿಜ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಿಳಿಸಿ ನಂತರ ಅವನನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಕಾರ್ಯೋನ್ಮುಖವಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 2ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ನಿಜ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸಾಂಖ್ಯ ಯೋಗವನ್ನ 2ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಸಾಂಖ್ಯ ಯೋಗ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಏನು ಇದೆ ಅದು ಸಮ್ಮರಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಸಾಂಖ್ಯ ಯೋಗ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹದ್ದು. ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅರ್ಜುನನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾಶವಾಗದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ತತ್ವ ಇದೆ, ನಾಶವಾಗುವಂತಹ ತತ್ವ ಇದೆ. ನೀನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಶವಾಗದಂತಹ ತತ್ವ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಾಶ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೊದ್ಲು ಇದ್ರು, ಈಗ್ಲೂ ಇದ್ರು, ಮುಂದೆನೂ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀನು ಏನೋ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀಯ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ದೇಹ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ಆತ್ಮ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಅಳಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡು, ಹಾಗಿರೋದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಏನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಧರ್ಮಿಗಳು, ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿನಗೆ ಯಾವ ಪಾಪವು ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ನೀನು ನಿನ್ನ ಕರ್ಮ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀನು ರಾಜ, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಧರ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀನು ಅವರನ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸು. ಇವಾಗ ನೀನು ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡೋ, ನಿನ್ನ ಸ್ವಧರ್ಮ, ನೀನು ಯಾವ ಪಾಪನೂ ನಿನಗೆ ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ, ನಿನ್ನ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ನೀನು ಪಾಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ, ನೀನು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಿಯೋಜಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಕರ್ಮವೇ ಮಾಡದೆ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿನ್ನ ಸ್ವಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ನೀನು ಪಾಲನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀನು ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜನಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಧರ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಕರ್ಮ ಅನ್ನೋದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 3ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಮ್ಮ. So let us first contemplate on this summary of the first 2 chapters and then we will come into question 7. Dhanyavada. Krishna ji, would you like to share your views?
Yeah. So first chapter is about Arjuna Vishada. So when Arjuna was in the battlefield, like he wants to fight, but they entire armies from Pandavas and Kauravas will be in the battlefield. So Arjuna will be like confused, in a confused state, and he was not able to take any actions, and he was in confused and depressed or in kind of a stuck state. And Krishna was with him as a friend and also a warrior, but he would not fight or do anything, but he will be only assisting. So Arjuna was in this state. Why he is in that state is because was Kauravas are all their relatives and other things, and he'll be in depressed one, like why I have to kill my own relatives. So then he bows down to Krishna and asks him, since he was assisting Arjuna in the war and his close friend, and he knows how Krishna is. He was always in bliss in irrespective of many situations, difficult tough situations. So he bow down to Krishna, and Arjuna asks, what should I do now? I'm confused. And so this is about Arjuna Vishada. Then Krishna starts the Sankhya. He starts to explain the chapter 2 about Sankhya Yoga. It's about Sankhya Yoga. Like he explains Arjuna who one is, who really one is, and he gives basically the jnana, the knowledge about understanding oneself, who we are, and why we are here, and about our body, mind, and intellects. How to so this entire knowledge of truly understand who we are is given in Sankhya Yoga, and it can be called as a jnana yoga. Yeah. So that's a summary I would want to say.
Okay. Do you want to touch upon, even in Sankhya Yoga, there is Karma Yoga that Sri Krishna mentions. What is your viewpoint on that, Krishna ji?
Yeah. So karma, yeah, so karma yoga is something we have to do an action. Karma means action. Need not to be only physical, but the thinking process, how one should think, and how one should live with the dharmic way, and how one should perform and any action or do. One of the thing is doing a selfless service, called as yagna. So that's how I wanted to summarize.
Thank you, Krishna ji.
Thank you.
Guru Rohan ji, would you like to share your view? What do you understand about Bhagavad Gita? And whatever your viewpoint on, what do you think is the 18 chapters, and any understanding of Bhagavad Gita you have, you can share.
Yes, actually, from the Mahabharata, like I had saw like the serial was there, and also had studied on that. So Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata, and there, like as Arjuna was, he was thinking like all the people who I'm going to fight with are my relatives, like my grandfather, my uncle, and my brothers. How can I kill them and will that be not a crime like that? What he was thinking, and he was in Thailand. That's all the same life. So to uh, like to clear all the doubts and the dilemma what Arjuna was, Krishna explained in all the lokas. That is what explains him, and that is what we would see. Like I came to understand.
That is what your viewpoint is.
So how are
Okay. Yeah, please
so
continue.
yeah, that's all like I have. Yeah, that's all like so what how Arjuna comes out from the dilemma and all is what the rest part of the Bhagavadgita. Everything comes in there. So that is recorded as slokas, and we understand, we study and understand that.
So I have a question for you. So that Arjuna was in confusion. He didn't want to fight the war and he wanted
Yeah.
to run away. So Shri Krishna taught him something. But why you and I have to sit and study that?
Yeah, like whatever Sri Krishna has spoke, like it is implements on like for all and everyone. So that's why we are also studying that. Or else we couldn't study it if it was only for particular Mahabharata only. But it was a life lesson for all.
And how do you say it is a life lesson for all? See, for example, I may show any book and say, oh, see, it's a life lesson for all. On what basis can you and I say something is a life lesson or something is of value to everyone?
Because now, like few slokas we read and we understood. So there we were like any person from anywhere, if he reads this and if he contemplates on that, it will be applicable for him, and he can get somewhere or else with the link with his life. That's why, and it is also true like on all aspects. That's why.
Okay. So first is what you are saying is, someone even as much as simply reads it and tries to understand it, they can see that it is applicable to them also. That's what the first thing that you're claiming.
Yes.
Second thing that you're claiming is it is true in all aspects. That is what you said.
Yeah.
Did I hear you clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes.
When you say that it is true in all aspects, what all aspects are you considering?
Actually, if you not having like any shloka like that, I can refer.
You want me to bring up any particular shloka?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the shloka that we chanted today, any particular shloka you want me to be on this one?
Yeah. Any. The last one is also fine, right?
Yeah, this is the last one that we chanted.
So here, work must be done as a yajna to the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, work causes bondage in the material world. So therefore, for the satisfaction of God, perform your prescribed duties without being attached to the results. So here, like whatever I understood is like whatever work we are doing, we have to do as a yajna, in the sense as a woe or as a duty. We have to not attach to it much to the results. So if you attach to the results, you might not get the results what actually should be there. Because if you think of the results only and stop working on what should be done, you will not be get to that result. So mainly we have to focus on the duties, like what should be done. and this applicable for each and every small activity you do, daily activity as well. Like if you are riding a bike and if you are not conscious or like you are not doing that activity, you as study as example. So, for example, if we are studying, only if we think of getting good marks, we won't understand what exactly the things are there or what uh, like what all we are studying is outcome. Just for the example purpose of study, we'll get good marks, but we'll miss the main for like what they wanted to tell us and what we don't tell us. That will miss. Mostly we have to try on the duties and the process rather than the result. So it applicable in all ways like work or any actions you do that applies as development.
So what you are saying is, when you say all aspects, it applies to all the things that we're doing all the time, in all the places. Is that what you are saying?
Yeah, you can correct me if I am wrong, but what I understood, I will say.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So the all aspects, I wanted to clarify what you meant by all aspects. And the way you explained is excellent. What more? Is there anything more that you would like to add?
No, sir.
Okay. Wonderful. I would like to share a couple of viewpoints. One is, what is Bhagavad Gita? The word Bhagavad Gita itself means Bhagavat or Bhagavan and Gita. So it is song. Gita means a song. And what is the first word? Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? We all may have a lot of concepts in our mind about who Bhagavan or God is, because that's what the loose translation of that word Bhagavan. The loose translation of the word Bhagavan is God. But when you look into the word Bhagavan, what it actually means is, Bhagavan means the one who is bhaga of everyone, one who is part of everyone. The one who is part of everything is a Bhagavan. It's much like saying how you cannot have various mud pots without mud. Mud is part and parcel of any mud pot. Paper is part and parcel of any book. Gold is part and parcel of any ornament, if you're talking about gold ornaments. Like that, Bhagavan means the one who is part of everyone, every being. Song about that Bhagavan. Song about that. Song from the lips of that Bhagavan is Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita means something that is part of everything. It is a knowledge of that. It is a song about that, song from that Bhagavan is Bhagavad Gita. Now, what is the importance of this song? Like already all of you touched upon it. Any song in life that you listen to, any song brings about a certain feelings in you. For example, if you are listening to a song, there are many songs that I'm sure, whether it's in Hindi or English or Kannada or whichever language, especially in some of these rock songs. Oh, I am useless, I am useless, I am good for nothing. Like that, there are some songs. When you keep listening to that, then what is the feeling or emotion that comes into you? I am useless, I'm good for nothing. Oh, I am crying, you went away, I am crying. Like that, many songs are there. So what it means? That when somebody leaves, I'm supposed to cry. So like that, these songs give a certain emotion or a feeling about how I should be in life, about what life is. Or some song may come and say, that person is a bad person, this person is a nasty person, I reject everyone. Like that, some song may be there. So depending upon the nature of the song, the nature of my own mind. What is mind? The thinking pattern I have. The nature of my own mind starts. So therefore, what is the song that you and I are listening becomes extremely important. What is the thought you and I are carrying in our mind becomes extremely important. As a very simple example, if a child is constantly shown videos of, let's say, people being nasty with each other, that is the feeling and attitude they develop towards life. Especially these days, many a times, because mothers just want to feed the child, they turn on some television and they give food. And the child is simply eating by seeing that picture without necessarily focusing on the food. And the picture, many a times parents think, a cartoon is a good cartoon. No, it is not. For example, Tom and Jerry is a cartoon. What is happening there? There is a cat, there is a rat, and the cat is constantly chasing, and this cat is constantly outsmarting this cat and figuring out different ways by which it is hurting the cat. Now, that is the thinking and the feeling that gets digested in the mind and the body of that child. Why? Because the child is eating the food along with that content. Like that, what song you and I listen to, what sounds you and I listen to, what scenes you and I see, they get registered. And the more we see that, it gets digested into our thinking, feeling, and our action system. Please see, whatever you and I do in life is based on whatever you and I think. If, say, for example, you and I have a thinking that people wearing black colored dress are bad people, then the moment you and I see black colored dress, anybody wearing black colored dress, our thinking triggers and it feels, yo, I'm with a bad person. So like that, in life, you and I get programmed by the various sounds and the scenes, whatever you and I consume through these five senses. Much like how you and I program a computer through what is called as a software programming, the software called our mind gets programmed by the various impressions that you and I take in life. So among all those impressions, not every impression is bad. For that matter, no impression is bad. What is the mistake? The ability to guard our own thinking. See, for example, no software is bad. If I have the right kind of operating system and if I have the right kind of antivirus, I can very easily guard even if a wrong program comes into the system. Is it not? Likewise, how to develop the antivirus for the mind, how to develop the right operating system so that why do I want to live life? What is that I want to do in life? How do I want my experience of life to be? Who amongst us wants a irritated, angry life? All of us want a happy, healthy, peaceful life. Is it not? So how do I develop the operating system for that? How do I develop the antivirus for the wrong programs that come my way? Is the fundamental focus of Bhagavad-Gita. By teaching you and me about something called as universal truths. There are different kinds of truths. Some truths which are relative. Some truths which are total nonsense. But people claim it as a truth. But universal truth, that which is applicable to you, me, everyone, anywhere, anytime, is universal truth. And Bhagavad Gita is nothing but full of such universal truths. Like how Guruji just now mentioned, just when you simply contemplate on that, you can start seeing, yeah, it is applicable. Yagnarthat karmano anyatra. When I do my work as an offering without getting worried about the result, then I will be feeling free. And that is true for you, that is true for me, that is true for anyone on this earth. And that was true yesterday. That's why Sri Krishna taught this to Arjuna. And that must be true today. That is why you and I are agreeing to that. So that will remain true, because what is this world? Nothing but full of action. And Krishna is not talking about a particular action. Krishna is talking about in any action. So that way, Bhagavad Gita is full of such universal truths. And it is applicable yesterday, today, tomorrow. So therefore, what you and I are contemplating on is a set of universal truths. And what is true must be really divine, because it is not something that is dependent on time and space, must be beyond time and space. And that divine message is what Bhagavad Gita is. And as you and I contemplate, and as you and I learn and digest that, the more and more that kind of a thinking, that kind of a feeling, that kind of action emerges through this body and mind. And that's the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. It is not simply any other text. It is a text of universal truths, and those universal truths have the power to transform one from I am a mere mortal, I am a man, to I am that divine. And that's why Bhagavad Gita has stood the test of the time for thousands of years. And that's why Bhagavad Gita is revered by many, many great beings. And that's why you and I have taken a step to study Bhagavad Gita here. Hari Om.